Welcome to Weekly Cheats, where after a week of eating clean, it's time for something sweet. Today we're going to be making double chocolate chip cookies. Okay, the first thing we want to do, have the oven preheating at 425 degrees, because I like to make giant cookies, of course. So if you want to make giant ones too, 425. We're going to do 2.5 sticks of butter. Make sure this is room temperature. And if you don't have it room temperature, then go ahead and just put it in the microwave till it's just soft enough that it's yielding to the touch. Then we'll have 2 cups of regular sugar. We're gonna beat these together first. Got sugar and butter pretty well mixed together. Now what we'll be doing is we're going to add, there's gonna be 2 eggs, add them one at a time. While this is mixing up, we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of our vanilla extract. Now that we've got the butter and the sugar mixed together, a little bit with the eggs, we're gonna go ahead and add 1/3 of a cup of our cocoa powder. Now we can beat it in, yeah. Okay, so now we've got all that mixed together, we're gonna add the dry ingredients with the rest of them. So it's gonna be 2 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. And then we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna put them all in at once. And we're going to very slowly mix this together so we don't create too much air in there. So if you have KitchenAid, you're just gonna put it on stir. The lowest setting, and just let it slowly mix in. That's pretty well mixed together, but we're gonna scrape it down and then let it go for just another couple of seconds to get these edges in. Okay, so we've got this all mixed up. Now we're gonna do 2 packages, 10-ounce packages of the Ghirardelli. I like the Bittersweet, just super dark chocolate ones on this. I'm gonna put them both in here. I don't recommend doing this in the mixer. Sometimes with like a chocolate chip cookie, I'll just throw the chocolate chips, walnuts, whatever, in and just have the paddle mixer mix it. But with this one, it's best to just do this by hand so you don't over mix the dough. So as you know, I like giant cookies. I'm gonna do 1 pan. Just so you guys know, these pans are like the extra large ones. So if you have a hard time fitting as many cookies on them as you see me put on there, it's probably because you have regular sized pans. Don't feel like I'm cheating somehow. It's just because these are much bigger than your average baking pans. So we do 6 ounces of dough. See how close we are? You're gonna roll these into a ball, drop it down, and then just give it a little bit of a flatten out. All right, so we're gonna put these in the oven, 425 degrees, 8 minutes is all we need. All right, since I know not everybody likes gigantic cookies the way I do, we're gonna do 1 pan of 3-ounce cookies instead. Different bake time on these than the other ones because they're smaller, they'll cook faster. We're gonna do for 6 minutes instead of 8. All right, so this is how I originally planned to do this when I was experimenting with cookies. I wanted to make these cookies and inject caramel into them. But as you can see, the caramel has to be super hot. And it doesn't really work out too well. So when you inject it in one side, it just pushes it out the other. The cookies also have to be fresh out of the oven. And so I eventually just got to this last one. I was like, I'm just gonna stick it straight in the top and just try and fill it up that way. Yeah, so not every recipe that I attempt works out great, but I realize the cookie itself is pretty good. So that's why we're just doing the cookie. Caramel, while these do taste delicious, they do not look that appealing. These are best to let sit for about 30 minutes before you eat them. All right, so these are the double dark chocolate cookies. They're super tasty. I haven't waited the full 30 minutes for them to cool down, but it's still gonna be good. The chocolate inside is gonna be super gooey, so it's gonna be fine. I can't wait to show it to you guys and take a bite myself. I'm too impatient. But if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe turn on the notification icon so that you don't miss so that you never miss a video. Post new ones every single week. Feel free to comment what you'd like to see the next cookie that I do is. And as always, enjoy the food. Oh, yes. Delicious.